Training. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, representing Steel City, Sheffield, Liam Cameron. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, representing West Ham, London, Dudley O'Shaughnessy. Referee in charge of the action, Mr. Keith Brooking. Timekeeper, Les Gibson. Cameron, red corner, O'Shaughnessy, blue corner. Thank you.
Well, O'Shaughnessy's got a fair few supporters who've made their way up to Sheffield. Cameron, of course, is the local lad with plenty of support in this auditorium here in Sheffield. And for once, doesn't happen too often, Dudley O'Shaughnessy not dwarfing his opponents, because Cameron also a very tall fighter, good defence, but can he raise his game to match this emerging young talent from the West Ham club in the familiar claret and blue colours? Cagey sort of opening, Richie.
Yeah, it seems to be a battle of the jabs, doesn't it, at the start of the round here. Two very tall opponents, so they're trying to establish themselves behind that jab. But, yeah, tall guys at the weight. And it's difficult to see who's got the reach advantage. I don't think either one has. It's all about timing, and that's a nice jab there from Cameron.
Cameron certainly not looking overawed at the moment. You agree O'Shaughnessy would be the one who would be feeling the pressure in there tonight? He's the favourite, he's the one who's expected to deliver.
And you could say he's up against it because this Cameron, obviously he's from Sheffield, so he's got home support. That's better boxing from O'Shaughnessy there.
Lovely left-hand lead.
Yeah, boxing at range, isn't he?
Yep, rocked back his opponent's head, and no point given. Another nice jab from O'Shaughnessy.
Well, why hasn't that registered, John? You know, what are they watching here?
I don't know, nonsense, isn't it?
Maybe someone should give him a tap and say there's a contest on.
Might sound a sort of a easy question, Richie, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people watching at home who are going to be agreeing with you there, saying, well, why isn't he being given points? Do the referees get coached by people like, the judges get coached by people like yourself?
I don't really know, John. I mean, I speak to judges very regular, and I get a bit of stick off them, actually, because, like I say, if I don't think something's right, then I'll say it, and so I do get a bit of stick, but there's not many judges that I know that have actually boxed. So that's probably saying something.
They make it 1-0 after the opening round, and Duds has the advantage.
Yeah, not a lot in this round, was there? O'Shaughnessy here. Oh, actually, sorry, Cameron getting through with a jab. It was jab for jab at one point in this round. Not a lot of action. Punches seemed to be landed that weren't scored. There's a jab there that went in from both of them, but they didn't register, or rather one just did. Good work to the body, good left hook there from O'Shaughnessy.
All to play for, 2 rounds to go. The 69-kilogram division, this one. Liam Cameron, the Sheffield lad, against the Londoner Dudley O'Shaughnessy. Just 1 point between them. Been a few decent fighters come out of that West Ham club over the years. Kevin Mitchell, the obvious one recently, but going back a bit, pretty sure Mark Caylor fought for them, didn't he? And he always came in the old West Ham claret and blue.
Definitely, yeah.
He was a good fighter.
Tough bloke.
He certainly was. Remember that night he fought Tony Simpson? That was a tasty old atmosphere at Wembley.
Errol Christie as well, that springs to mind with Caylor.
Nigel Benn, did he come from there?
Nigel Benn. Yeah, he was in Ilford.
He was in the army as well, wasn't he?
Fought out of West Ham.
Oh, good right hand from O'Shaughnessy, but Cameron showing a refreshing willingness to mix it up. And it is not going all Dudley O'Shaughnessy's way. They've got problems in that corner. And at points here, he's being out-jabbed, and you certainly wouldn't expect that.
What Cameron's doing, he's keeping that guard nice and high, so again, it's hard to get through for O'Shaughnessy with the shots. Cameron's blocking a lot, and a lot of them are actually hitting his gloves. But he's stepping in with the punch as well, is Cameron. See, there's a lot of shots being thrown by O'Shaughnessy there, but nothing's got through at all. Now, lovely, that's counter-attacking boxing there from Cameron. What he's actually doing, he's waiting for O'Shaughnessy to attack, then he steps in and beats him to the punch. Great counter-attacking boxing.
Well, he's not quite come from nowhere, Liam Cameron, to get to this ABA final, but unquestionably O'Shaughnessy was the form man. And I said that he was under a little bit of pressure to deliver here this evening, and so far he's not really done it. Got to up his game. They'll know exactly what's going on in the corner. And he will be told at the end of this round that it's in danger of slipping away. 18-year-old Liam Cameron from Sheffield. Goes by the nickname of Cannonball. Good body shot from O'Shaughnessy. What would you be? That's a decent right hand from O'Shaughnessy. What would you be saying to him, Richie?
Who, O'Shaughnessy?
O'Shaughnessy, yeah.
I think he's got to try and get that guard down a little bit from Cameron. So I think feinting to the body and then switching the attack to the head, maybe to bring the guard down. But certainly difficult when Cameron's got those arms tucked in, those elbows. When he is concentrating to the body, O'Shaughnessy, it's difficult to actually get through.
It's Dudley O'Shaughnessy who's been talked about as a potential 2012 man. He's got it to do, though.
Yeah, some good in-and-out boxing here from Cameron. Landed with that right hand. That was a good jab. Then he was back again, wasn't he? In and out again from Cameron.
Doesn't do anything too flashy, does he? But what he does is effective. He keeps a tight defence, as you say, and he uses that reach.
Yeah, and he was beating his opponent to the punch there several times. There, that's a perfect example. Just waiting for O'Shaughnessy to attack, and then he just steps in, beats him to it.
Liam Cameron, just 18 years old, came into these championships really as an outsider, here in the final again as an outsider, but he's now perhaps 3 minutes away from taking the ABA title. He's got a 2-point advantage. Left hand's hammering in from O'Shaughnessy. Referee suggesting that the punches were of the cuffing, slappy variety. But Cameron would certainly have felt them. Body shots again from O'Shaughnessy, and again ignored by the judges.
Good work again, though, John, from Cameron there. In and out boxing.
Well, that right cross earned him a point.
So what Cameron's doing, he's picking his shots here, keeping the guard high, closing the gap down, walking forward, but nothing's getting through from O'Shaughnessy. And then he's just nicking the odd shot here and there, is Cameron. That's his tactic, and he's been accurate with the shots.
It's all worked beautifully for him, and he's little more now than a minute and a half away from pulling it off and a home victory for Sheffield. That's a good left hand from Cameron.
What O'Shaughnessy needs to do as well, Johnny, is feint with the jab and throw the right hand over the top of Cameron's left hand.
I think it's too late, Richie. It's going to have to be a brilliant last minute if he's going to turn this round.
I think Cameron's timing's been excellent tonight. He's waited for O'Shaughnessy to actually come in. Most of his shots he's caught O'Shaughnessy as he's been coming in. But O'Shaughnessy there got through with a couple of good punches. That should have scored. One of those should have scored.
Not given, though. That left hand looked to me as though it knocked back the head of Cameron, but not given. And we talked at the beginning of the programme about how these fights, these championships, could represent a real opening to youngsters to try and post a declaration of intent for the future. Nobody was talking too much about Liam Cameron before this, but they will be now, although O'Shaughnessy is finishing strong. Can he still find something in these last 20 seconds? The gap now down to 2 points. Needs a big onslaught, needs a big attack now. There's a good right shot. And mystifyingly, it's not been given. I cannot believe that right hand. Cameron really felt the weight of that one. It wasn't given. And O'Shaughnessy, he dominated that last round. He may think that he won it, but it's not the case. Liam Cameron, the Sheffield lad, has come out of that as the ABA champion.
Yeah, it was a great last round from O'Shaughnessy, but I just thought he landed with a couple of shots there that weren't given. Good work here in and out again from Cameron. Lovely right hand there, just keeping his distance against O'Shaughnessy. But as the round went on, there was a couple of good little left uppercuts. Left up there from Cameron, that was a good shot. But as the round went on, little left uppercut from O'Shaughnessy. He got stronger, especially in that last minute. And Cameron seemed to switch off a little bit. He kept the guard nice and high. And he just couldn't get through with the shots, O'Shaughnessy. But that last 20 seconds or so, we thought he landed with a couple of good right hands, weren't scored.
So, confirmation of the results, and it's an upset victory for Sheffield.
Gentlemen, contest number 7, the welterweight senior final, by a score of 8-6. Cameron in the red corner.
So we did give Dudley O'Shaughnessy the big build, and what we omitted to say, and perhaps should have, is that on his way to this final, Liam Cameron did beat the tournament favourite Scott Cardell. So he comes into this fight with form, Steve Bunt, a win for the home man.
We said they both had form, and what you saw there, that was brilliant tactics. Didn't necessarily make for a great fight to watch, but brilliant tactics by Cameron, just drawing everything from Dudley O'Shaughnessy. The judges never scored a single body shot. In the first and second round, there were an incredible amount of short left hooks and straight right hands. But you can't take anything away from the way Cameron did it. Hands up, elbows tight, leaving O'Shaughnessy very little to aim for, very little to connect with.
Was that the art of amateur boxing? It was hit, not being hit. Certainly wasn't throwing the heavier punches, but scoring points.
Absolutely. What you saw there today, I mean, if Cameron was a pro and he boxed like that, and he wouldn't, and I see Dennis Hobson and a few other pro managers circling this kid because he's only 18 years of age. If he was a pro and he fought like that, the referee would say, stop, son, you can't box like that, you've got to throw some punches. But in this game, over 4 2s or 3 3s, it's about not getting hit. And that's how he won the fight tonight. Not by hitting, because he certainly didn't hit Dudley O'Shaughnessy more times than he got hit by Dudley O'Shaughnessy. No, but he tucked up and he covered up. And he did it brilliantly. It was perfect. Ugly, but perfect.
Rob's got